Wanted to make a quick video about non-linear movement and the kind of practice that it is. So oftentimes we have practices that we use to enable us to go somewhere or to get something or to feel a certain way. So for instance, maybe you have a yoga practice because it makes you feel a certain way. Maybe it makes you feel calmer, or you have a sense of catharsis, or you use it to empty your head, or I don't know, but it gets you to a certain feeling at the end of it, and so that's why you do that practice. Non-linear movement isn't that kind of practice. So it's much more of a non-directive practice, and it's you are more exploring what's there. And so with that idea of exploring what's there and having curiosity about what's there in the moment, you are doing the practice in order to allow yourself to feel and shift that. And you may feel it in various ways. It might be sensation, it might be muscle tension, it might be thoughts, it might be emotions, it might be, it could be a variety of different ways. What you're actually feeling is what you're feeling and what's there to feel, and the practice will teach you how to safely feel that as you move through the practice and get more skilled at it. But the idea of the practice isn't to make you feel a certain way. It's to explore what's there and be curious and then allow that to shift. So we're not sort of skimming the surface so you can take yourself from A to B, which is what you've decided you need, for various reasons. And I have those practices. They're great practices to have because sometimes you need to feel a certain way. But non-linear movement isn't that kind of practice. It more takes you into the experience. And what's in your body, you might not know. And so at the end of your practice, you might not be left with the feeling that you necessarily want to feel. But what I can say, it's a safe practice, and over time, you get used to the kind of not knowing of it, and you get used to, there's a complexity there, which means you really meet yourself in the practice. You truly meet yourself. You don't skim the surface by saying, right, A to B, I need to be A to B. This is me before, this is me after. But you really go into your experience and meet yourself. And in meeting yourself, you transmute whatever's there. And so you will feel a sense of lightness, you will feel a sense of calmness. But with every practice you do at the end, you may not necessarily feel the certain way you had wanted to feel. So that's what I'm going to say about that. So I hope that's helpful. If you still want to do the practice, I am going to be starting live stream non-linear movement method practices soon. It's a bit of a mouthful to say. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the kind of practice that it was, and for this actual reason, the complexity and the way you're able to meet yourself in the practice, that's why I do the practice. That's actually why I like this practice above other kinds of practices, which are much more, I do it to feel a certain way. That's my 2 cents. Let me know if you have any more questions. Email me, direct message on Instagram or Facebook. And we can have a little chat. Okay, have a great day.